fucking
Right.
disgraceful link
It was.
ever
It
come
is.
across
I'm not going to
in
lie.
my life.
So
That's that born in Australia also
it is.
fucking
Yeah, well,
situation.
this was going to happen. So what?
Fuck me,
That's
man.
not even the worst thing I did in this fact. So what I tried to do was, knowing I would get that response from you, went a bit further.
Did you find a good one?
I hope so.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
No.
Nah, maybe. Yes, maybe.
Okay.
So the only direct link I found, and I scoured the internet, was one site of a guy selling Spankmaster and also a copy of The Dreaming punched together for 50 quid.
What?
Spankmaster, the Cool
Yeah,
Keith album,
yeah.
and The Dreaming by Kate Bush. That's the only thing you could find in the whole internet that linked the two of them together. Except one little thing.
Yeah.
Other little thing. Someone...
He's her son.
So that'd be fucking brilliant if I could do that. Now, maybe, you see...
Keith Bush.
Well, hang on. JFK died.
JFK has nothing to do with this conversation.
He is, because he died a month before he ratified this treaty. And then Cool Keith was born. So maybe he is JFK.
He's absolutely not. Have
No,
you
he's
ever
not.
met Kill Keith?
Yeah, I met him, yeah. No, I only hang out with Coolio, not Cool Keith.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Coolio, not...
Yeah.
No, listen. All I found was after this going, balls, I'm after fucking this up now. And I've already picked the song. And you'd already
They're
started...
both mad at the women, I'll tell you that much.
You'd already started your research on the next one. So I was like, right. So I did find... Now, everyone knows the massive links between Pink Floyd and Kate Bush. Kate Bush has a lot of songs with one of the... Not Roger Waters, David Gilmour. Yeah, and he would have played on loads of stuff and helped write and stuff like that. So there is a great link with Pink Floyd.
He had to have played on an album with someone that was put out by a record label.
No,
somewhere associated with
someone randomly decided to take all of Pink Floyd's music and make a mixtape with Cool Keith over Pink Floyd.
Oh,
And that's the good link, because I listened to it. I listened to it and I was like, that's really good.
I bet you it is.
It's obviously not an official release, so I couldn't put that on the thing.
No.
So I'll send it to you. I didn't want to send it to you before this, so you didn't know. But I was listening to it going, someone went, two of my favourite artists are Pink Floyd and Cool Keith. And I'd love to... It's like when they did the Black Album instead of the White Album. Remember, they took the White Album's music, the Beatles, and they put Jay-Z from the Black Album's voiceover. It's kind of... Or is it the Grey Album? Is that what it's called, maybe?
There was a bunch
The
of
Grey
those.
Album, that's what it's called, yeah. There was one of them. So
There was
I
a great
found
one
it.
called American Edit by a guy called Dean Gray.
Really?
And he took that American Idiot album by Green Day. Green Day? Green Day.
Day.
Green Day? He took the American Idiot album and just got all the vocals. I don't know how he done it, but he got all the vocals and a lot of the riffs, and he just mixed them together with like the Doctor Who theme song, Gary Glitter songs, fucking you name it. Like
That is a manky thing. Or just more I think about it, it's manky.
Well, that last one
yeah,
is
no,
solid.
I knew it was shit. I was like, fuck, no, I can't leave it at that. So I dug. And
That was a solid one.
The good thing I found was that little, I think it's on like SoundCloud or something like that.
Of course it is, yeah.
And it's actually, it's not perfect, but it's actually an enjoyable listen. I think it's just called Pink Floyd and Cool Keith.
Of
I
course
don't know,
it is.
there's no actual real clever name to do
Someone
it.
fucking around at home, bang that together. That's fine. That's perfectly.
So I'll let that be the
That can be done.
yeah. On this. So where did you go from Kate Bush?
okay, I went from Kate Bush to a band called the Cockroaches.
Yeah,
Okay, now
you put me down a real hole. with it.
this was my stumper. Like
You snookered me with this, as in the black ball was stuck behind your ball, and I didn't know.
this is grim, right? This connection. Okay, so Kate Bush. I was reading about Kate Bush, and she put out a box set a couple of years ago, right? Of like, I don't know whether it was all of her albums or a selection of albums or whatever, and she remastered it, re-edited
Yeah, that's
it,
right, yeah.
shit. But there was a little kind of double asterisk at the bottom of the article, and it just said these releases have had all musical editions by Rolf Harris removed. I was like, what? So I went looking. So Rolf Harris played didgeridoo on a couple of songs for her.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, do you need a didgeridoo? And she's probably like, yes.
So he played didgeridoo on an album called Ariel from 2005.
Ariel's great album.
Yeah, but he also done vocals as well. on a
I
couple
did
of
not
songs.
know this.
Yeah, he done vocals on a
And I
song.
can guess why it was taken off for the remaster.
Yeah, so he done vocals on a song called The Architect's Dream and a song called The Painter,
Architect's Dream's good, yeah.
The Painter Link or The Painter's Link, something like that.
I do like that album. That has How to Become Invisible on it, which is absolute banger. That's a great. That was her comeback album, and it was great.
So, on the remastered, re-edited version of the box set, whatever, I think she got her son Bartholomew or whatever his name is to do the vocal parts.
That's why she went off albums for a long time. She had a kid.
Oh yeah,
And she just wanted to be a mother.
Want to be
and
mammy.
not be missing in the studio and stuff all the time, yeah.
So yeah, because Ralph Harris was
Ralph Horace.
I know.
She should have changed the name Ralph Horace, and then she wouldn't have taken any music
Ralph
off.
Horace. He should have changed his name to him. Nobody would have ever found him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a pedo.
Yeah, he's,
And,
I can't remember the extent of his pedosity, but
it was
it's pretty grim.
rampant.
It's all bad.
Oh yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
No good pedo.
But I remember when all that shit was happening. I think it's kind of a funny story about when all that was coming about Ralph Harris, because he was around BBC all the time. Poor old Paul Daniels thought he was about to get Me Too'd.
Really?
So he Me Too'd himself.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
But it was literally not.
Yeah.
But the poor fucker, like, he was like, I remember I dropped a young girl home from the BBC, and I think my hand might have touched her. Like, I can't remember when she was leaving the car.
I remember
Now,
that.
that's what he says to get himself out of trouble. No,
Yeah.
doesn't matter, he's dead now.
That was the sacrificial
But I
lamb.
just remember around that time when the Ralph Harris thing, like, poor fucking Paul Daniels coming and going, right,
Let me do this.
I'm beating someone else to it because it could be made worse or made.
Because they were all.
I don't know.
They were dropping like flies.
It was fucking BBC, man. Yeah,
Exactly, just a pedo ring.
it doesn't have a great name for itself now. Although BBC, they don't seem to be hit too hard by it.
No, not too much. So, Ralph Harris. Ralph Harris had a massive hit with the song Tie Me Kangaroo Down.
Yeah, you
remember that?
Kangaroo being a young human.
Well, apparently this song, interestingly enough, he had this song, not necessarily commissioned, but he heard the song by a little two-piece in a small town in Australia. And he said, fucking, let me sing
It's
this
the
song.
most Australian song that's ever happened.
Ever happened.
Tie Me Kangaroo Down. Sport.
Yeah, there's some dodgy racist lyrics in it. We won't get into that, but
It's
real
Australia.
dodgy shit.
Yeah.
But he said to them, listen, you know,
Imagine being racist
buy
in
me in.
Australia.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, imagine being racist. Imagine how stupid. Like, it's stupid to be racist anywhere.
Yeah.
But how stupid to be racist in Australia.
Yeah.
Like, if you're white over there and you think that this is your country, like,
Get the fuck off. Get the actual fuck.
sap.
He
prison lawyers.
offered this. He
Oh,
offered.
he's joking. We have two fans. We had two fans. Go on.
He offered this little two-piece band like royalties, and they were like, "Nah, just give us like $200." So he gave him 200 quid and took the song, and it was fucking huge.
That's like the story when someone takes, like, I remember when Star Wars came out,
Yeah.
they had a chance to take a small little thing or a cut of the things. Oh, merch and everything. Oh,
A lot of them did, to be fair.
A lot of them did, yeah.
Now, Tie Me Kangaroo Down in the year 2000 was covered by the kids' television group, The Wiggles.
Yes, I'm very familiar with the Wiggles.
Right now, this is 20 years ago. I still
Did
wasn't.
they change the lyrics?
Oh, probably. But the Wiggles were huge. They were.
Was it? Well, I can't remember the lyrics. What is it, like, tie that abo to the
Yes,
tree?
yeah.
That shit? Really?
Yeah. It's not that bad. It's like, let me abos go or something like that. Like,
Including in the Ralph Harris one?
yeah.
Fuck.
Something weird. I don't know. It's something
Yeah,
grim. Something grim anyway. So it's covered with the Wiggles. So I think I'm stumped at this stage. I'm like, fucking the Wiggles. Like, how have I ended up on the Wiggles from Kate Bush?
Well, you think it's hard to get there?
Yeah.
I'll tell you how fucking hard it was to get out there.
So we go rooting. And two members of the Wiggles were actually in a legitimate band
Yeah,
in
they
Australia.
were pretty big in Australia, yeah.
Called the Cockroaches. And that's who I settled on. They were considered to be like a pub rock band in Australia.
Yeah.
But the rest of the world kind of thought they were just like a generic kind of, what would you even call it? It would have been like a...
They're a pop kind of punk.
like a poppy rock kind of fucking band.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you compare them to. I don't know what type of music it is. It sounds a little bit like the Buzzcocks in some places. It sounds a little bit like the Kinks in
Like,
some
they have
places.
guitars, but it's just zero edge to it.
Yeah, it's just
However,
songs.
compared to the Wiggles, it's fairly
Yeah,
hefty.
it's like fucking Deicide compared to the Wiggles. So, a guy called Anthony Field and a guy called Jeff Fat, which is a terrible name, God help him. They were in the
I'd
Wiggles.
change me to Fat Jeff.
Yeah, exactly.
Better.
Wouldn't you? Just go
Way
with it.
better.
But yeah, they were originally members of a pretty well-known Australian band called the Cockroaches. So do you know what? I got to there and I went, fuck Helmet.
That's exactly when I knew you were fucking with me.
Yeah. And that's where they left it. So that's how I got from Kate Bush
Yeah.
to the Cockroaches.
So
have
now
you got?
at this
What have you
stage,
got?
at this stage, I've fucking zero knowledge
Gimme.
about the
Gimme.
cockroaches. I can pretend I know who the cockroaches were at the time. I had to read up that to find
You
out
think
they
I
were.
fucking knew? You mad?
So as soon as I clicked into me research to have a look around about the Cockroaches as soon as I saw it. It was the only thing notable about it was the Wiggles. And I was
Of course,
like, fuck you.
That's I knew.
You brought back memories of the Wiggles for me. Because my two nephews growing up were mad into the Wiggles, so I had to be exposed to a lot of their music. And it is, like, I can see why it's big.
Yeah.
So Anthony Field of the Cockroaches decides to, he decided, I want to write a few kids songs. It just ballooned out of, like, the Wiggles were so huge. And he's massively looked after for the rest of his life.
Big time.
I think the Wiggles are on their like second or third incarnation of them because they can't. The Wiggles already looked old as fuck when they came out.
But these lads would have been in their fucking 50s and 60s. You can't be singing kid songs in that age.
But they weren't all the Wiggles from the Cockroaches, were they?
No, two of them. Two of the original Wiggles.
Yeah.
The lads who set it up, I think.
Because even the other ones they picked look quite old. I always look at them like my nephews had them on and be like, man, they were old as fuck looking.
Yeah.
Except actually, your man Anthony Field looks the youngest out of them all. So he is apparently a manic depressive and hates touring and in chronic pain all the time.
You have to be fucking dancing dressed up as like an Italian plumber.
Did you ever hear their songs, man?
No. I know of the Wiggles.
Hot potato, hot potato.
Is all that type of shit?
Hot potato, hot potato. And then there goes, potato, 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 potato. It makes Barney sound like fucking Bob Dylan. Genuinely, like it's perfect for kids for learning words and stuff like that. So that's what it's for.
Which is what
I'm not going to start railing and fucking slagging the shit out of this shit. And, you know what I mean?
Hashtag the Wiggles.
It was very hard to get out of this without the Wiggles. It was nigh on impossible, so I had to use the Wiggles. Not knowing that you'd even use the Wiggles, but had a feeling you might have. So the Wiggles had John Fogerty on one of their Christmas songs. John Fogerty of Creedence Clearwater Revival. The only real interest in I listened to it and I just got 5 seconds. I was like, get this out of my life. It's terrible. It's just awful. Santa Rock, I think it's called, or something like that. It's called Rockin' Santa.
Hasblurg.
Yeah.
Hasblurg.
One thing I did find weird was John Fogerty said in a couple of interviews, he goes, those Wiggles lad have chaps. Of course they do. They were in pub band. If you're a pub band, which is essentially what the Beatles were for years.
Yeah.
That muscle memory of being amazing at your instrument is just...
You see how people are screaming at you, play this song, play that song. Yeah. And you have to bang it out. Bang it out. Or else you're getting bottled.
And if you to sort of remember on the fly as well. Do you remember the last time I played that?
A-G-A-B-D-E.
Yeah. So it was kind of weird to hear John Fogerty of Creedence Clearwater refer to the Wiggles as very accomplished musicians in terms of playing.
Yeah.
That's the hole you got me down, and that's the size of my thing. So I picked Fortunate Son, which is... Fortunate Son is the song you hear in a Vietnam film where they're coming in. It's the Vietnam helicopter in song,
Yeah, over the burning fields. Yeah. It's a fucking whopper.
It's incredible. It's an anti-war song, I think. Yeah. It's the guy who doesn't want to get drafted into the thing. So,
whopper song.
I think Creedence are grand for me.
They're fine.
Yeah, I because I'm not American, a lot of their stuff is very American. You have to really kind of be... All right, from the 70s, it would have been incredible to hear this for the first time.
Someone actually... in the pub, this song is on the playlist, and an American heard this song the other day and said that's the most American song ever written.
I was just going to say, it's so American. It's so fucking American. But
it's more American than Born in the USA.
Which isn't even really American if you think about it. A lot of people think that is a great anthem for it. It's not. It's an anti-war song. Another anti-war song, I think. It is.
Yep.
Roy, where did you go from Creedence?
I done the leap to end all leaps. I went from Creedence Clearwater Revival to Stormtroopers of Death.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Now, this is a good one. I think this is a good one. So, Creedence Clearwater Revival were signed to a record label called Fantasy Records. Now, Fantasy Records went bust in 2018. They're now gone, okay? Now, sure, they've been acquired by somebody along the lines, but one of the last signees they took on was Prophets of Rage.
Yeah, they're only good for a live experience, surely.
I think I'd actually rather climb back and...
Would you not even go and see them live?
No.
For people that don't know, Prophets of Rage are a sort of super group of fucking Tom Morello from
It's basically Rage
Against
the Machine, Cypress Hill and Public Enemy.
Chuck D, a few members. Yeah.
Chuck D from Public Enemy, Be Real from Cypress Hill, and all of Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Bar Zach De La Rocca, basically. So... this is where I went. When I seen Prophets of Rage, I was like, holy shit. So one of the vocalists for Prophets of Rage is Chuck D from Public Enemy. Public Enemy appeared on the crossover song Bring the Noise with Anthrax.
Yes, that's right.
Right? It's not the first crossover song. That would be fucking Run DMC and Aerosmith. Really. Yeah. Really, really. but it's one of the biggest ones. Bring the Noise is actually a Public Enemy song that
Yeah.
Anthrax just reworked.
Reworked, and
Exactly.
I prefer that for
Yeah,
the Anthrax one.